Welcome back to Haunted and Historic Australia for another episode in our Adventures series. In this episode, we take a look at the old cemetery at St Mary's, which was a general cemetery meaning all denominations. I lived in St Mary's in the early 2000s, and I would drive past this cemetery on my way to work in Parramatta. I always wondered who was buried there and thought at some point in my life I'd go and have a look at it. Well, that day came and I had a look. This cemetery was requested by the son of Thomas Smith, a pioneer and publican in Penrith. Thomas Richard Smith was the son, and he was born in the Mount Druitt and Colleton area and went to Colleton School before going to King's School in Parramatta. He, like his father, was a notable figure in the Penrith City Council and government. The Smith family were pioneers in the Penrith area, owning quite a large amount of land. This family will also feature in a few of our other episodes. Thomas Smith Sr. was born in England in around 1819, migrated to Australia with wife Jane, and had many of their children right away. Thomas Smith owned the Red Cow Inn and built the historic Thornton Hall, which we will feature in another episode. Thomas Smith and his family, especially Thomas Richard Smith, gave a lot of their time to bettering the Penrith and St Mary's areas. Thomas Richard Smith organised the general cemetery at St Mary's. Despite opposition from a lot of the people settled in the area, they didn't want a cemetery near to their homes and workplaces. But Thomas, who was known as quite an ambitious and forceful man, got the job done. Therefore, we have the cemetery at St Mary's on the Great Western Highway. But it isn't the only cemetery on the Great Western Highway. There's also the St Mary Magdalene Cemetery, which we will also be doing. We decided to go down and have a look, as we do with most of the cemeteries we come across, and we want to tell the story of the people who made the cemetery possible, giving up their land as well as fighting for the cemeteries. A big bustling area like St Mary's needed another cemetery. The first was the Anglican, and this cemetery, the general, would be for everyone else, so as that they wouldn't have to travel so far as to Penrith or to Parramatta or Blacktown to get their family members buried, especially if they lived in St Mary's, which is quite a bit of distance to have to organise a body and a funeral. So therefore the St Mary's General Cemetery was created. The first interred were twins, Walter and James Luther, that died in 1886. It is not the oldest cemetery in the area, but definitely one that's notable. Many of the early families in the St Mary's area were buried there, and we decided it was time to have a look at this cemetery. We hope you enjoy. We hear it, St Mary's General Cemetery. And this is the Uniting Methodist area, but they don't seem to be very old around here. Mitch has got the Catholic side. Bit of noise from some work being done, so I won't be moving the car. Here at the St Mary's General Cemetery, just had to let some workmen go through, and a siren, so I thought, well, I won't film that. But we're on the Uniting Methodist part of the cemetery, and they look very sunken. Looks to be work going on over there. Perhaps they're trying to redo some of these graves, I don't know. We'll clear up something. These ones look the oldest on this side. Very hard to see. Matthew and then it looks like W-I-L. So that one's quite broken. That one I couldn't really read. Get up close. Could be someone in there. There's quite a few unmarked graves in some of these old cemeteries. Leonie Gertrude and Elmo Rupert. Not sure of the surname here. But that one's definitely unreadable. Now, I'm trying to go a bit slower so you guys can read it a bit better. But as always, battling the sun, Rosina Magdalene Emmett. And that one's fallen into, you can see at one stage it was there and it's dropped. Mitchell, Harriet, Alex Mitchell, and also Harriet Mitchell and Martha Mitchell. So that one still stands. There's not a lot of them that do stand, unfortunately. Hope you can see there's a lot of sun behind us. Another one that's quite old, and there's probably a few of them down there. John James Vance, looks like Mary Jane Vance. Apologies if you can't see that very well. Now I won't go too far because I don't want the workmen seeing that we're filming instead of visiting loved ones. Now that one's hard to pronounce. It looks like it's Mary Milano Post Milanos, I'm not sure. Charles Keith Glass is in this one here. This one's nice, it's got some little knobs on the side there. Norman Shadlow, Bertie William Shadlow, George and Rachel Shadlow. And we've got Arkin, and that seems to be the oldest one on this section, and then we go into the new one, so we don't really want to film the new ones. I'll just pop through here. I'll go back. Elizabeth Kelly, or Kelly. And we've got Chesham, and that one's sinking. So that's 1942, 1924, 1922. So they're not the oldest. The oldest we were looking for are the twins, James and Walter Luther. Now, I'll go up a bit more here. Eliza Carlson. Now there would be many unmarked graves. There's a lot of gaps in here where people have been buried and no headstones. This one I can't really read. I'm not sure. Benjamin. I can't see a surname on that one. Nothing at the foot. Benjamin. More unmarked. Wern. We've had Werns before. Lamotti. Oh, that's an interesting name. Might be French. And I can't really read that one either. But looks like people are still visiting and putting down flowers, so that's nice. Oh, that looks to be an old grave there, but unfortunately it's seen better days. And we'll pop through, get as close as I can without stepping on anyone. 1934. No, I don't want to tread on too many unmarked graves here. We've got Mary Rowe and Frank Rowe. And this one here. Oh, the flowers have all kind of become a little dishevelled. Probably and the wind we've had lately. William and Edith Cross. Now, there's so many. Oh, that one's a new one. Yeah, they're kind of newish. We'll go back up to the old ones. Might be as old as they get here. Because then they look a bit more new, and I don't want to upset anyone by filming their people. So we'll have a little look. 1965. Yeah, they're getting a little bit more current. But the earliest, I believe it was established in around 1881. And the earliest were interred around 1886, and they were the Luther twins. But there's no information really about how old they were that I could find. I might go up here and just have a look at some of these. Not sure if Mitch's... Okay, that's a really current grave. I'll go past that. Don't know if Mitch's filmed these. Yeah, 73, yeah, we're not... These ones are really newish. Well, not that 73 is newish, but they look newer. This one here doesn't look as new. But out of respect for the families, I won't film anything that's too young, too recent. Sheehan, O'Brien. This is the one I wanted to have a look at, and that one. It's quite large and looking ancient looking. So, as you can see, trees have grown in, and the red berries. Hawkins. We've got Mary Hawkins, and I can't read that other name underneath. C-A-R-T. Oh, Captain, sorry. Captain, C-A-P-T. Captain J.E. Hawkins. Okay, so that's the wife of Captain. I'm not sure if he's in there. Now that's interesting because that says Rookwood. So perhaps they had the headstone made at Rookwood. No, I won't get in Mitch's way. He's coming up the other side. I do want to have a look at... Not that one. Oh, it's sinking. Actually, I want to see that one, actually. Reverend Father James Phelan, 1820 to 1898. First resident Catholic priest, St. Mary's. How interesting. So that's his. They've redone that. And what have we got here? This looks quite large. Mary Slattery, native of County Tipperary, Ireland. Died 1914. Patrick's with her, and Julia, and also Edmund, and another Patrick. The last being 1959. So there's quite a few people in here. Quite a few people, and that is monstrosity, that one. I like that a lot. It's very big. Now, oh, that one's broken. I'll just get over here to this one here. I'm probably walking on unmarked graves, but there's not really any other way to get around. We've got Amy E. Rioro. I'm not sorry. I'm not familiar with that surname. Reardon? Oh, it's probably Reardon, like the street, Reardon Street. Riordan, possibly. But it's in pieces here, unfortunately. It's snapped apart. So they are old. Oh, there's another one over there. Looks quite old. Let's have a look. Many unmarked, I'm sure. Who have we got here? Farry. Frank Farry and Catherine Farry. So that's the early 1900s. And that one's taken a tumble. Squeeze through here. What have we got here at the end here? Some of these look oldish. And that one looks old. Let's have a look at this one here. Henry Edward and Dorothy. A.E. Dorothy. So that one looks old, and that's someone more recent in that family. And some more back there, the Dorothy family. Now I'm trying to find others which apologies which Mitch is probably seeing, so I won't worry too much, but I do want to catch any of the old ones down the end here. Very nice. Peter, Joseph, nice. Annie, Catherine, Ryan. Oh, now these ones are getting a little bit more current, so we'll probably leave it here. But there are some more on the other side. Some war veterans. We'll come and have a look at this one here. Collins. It's taken quite a tumble. John Collins, Maria Collins, Mary Popsbury, Susan Madigan, Edward Collins. So we've got quite a few there underneath here. McShane and Graham. Pop over here now. I think we've just probably done most of the ones up there. I just want to catch that one at the palm tree. It's probably already seen that, but it's really interesting to me. Now that one's interesting as well. It doesn't have a proper concrete headstone on it. Josephine Dawson, Mary Frances. Josephine Dawson, we've got someone there, and we've got someone else, Lee. The Lees. Now I think Mitch has done all of those, so I'll stop here and pop back down across the other side. There's a lot more over there. To film a couple of these that I don't think he's been to. That's 1937, and there's one here. It's only wooden. Looks like it says Thomas Willis and Monica. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Willis. Thomas Willis and Monica Willis. And there's a couple in there that are really. I'm going to go and have a look. I'm not sure if he's been here, but I'm going to have a look. Sloane and Duras. They look like they're sinking quite a bit. I just want to have a look at this one too. Pike. There's quite a few Pike family here. And Mitch has done the ones at the back there, so I'll go on to behind there. Now I believe that this is more of the Catholic side here. We've got Presbyterian over that side, but they don't seem to be as old. We've got Alice Hope. We've got the Hope family just in there, but they don't appear to be too old. We've got 1920, 1945, 1928. I'm trying to find the oldest ones. So this is quite interesting. We've got here, can't read the name, Alwyn Pringle, and he was killed in military in Belgium, so that's interesting. And the rest of his family is with him. It's amazing they've got their bodies back, because a lot of them that died overseas in the wars, and they never got the bodies back. They're in cemeteries in some Asian countries or over in Europe, and they never got the bodies back. They were just buried. So for someone who died overseas and the body's been brought back, it's pretty good for the family, because my brother's got a great uncle from a different line than what I am that died over in the First World War, and they never got his body back. It was buried in one of those, I think it was a Malaysian cemetery, Borneo or somewhere over overseas. So many of them died in the wars. Thank God we don't have them now. Well, none that all of our people, all the Aussies are involved in. Only the guys that sign up for it. You don't want to be drafted into a war. Okay, so that's Anglican. I'm just going to go up here. So Catholic was on the other side and we're on the Anglican now. So I'm just going to hop up Jones. Now I'm going to try not to film any of the current ones. Anything that's really this side of 1950, I'll try and avoid. Unless it's, someone of, part of the story we're telling. But most of them, unfortunately, are more recent. But there's a lot of broken headstones, even in the newer ones. The weather gets to things, unfortunately, and ground keeps moving. And unfortunately, they start to sink. It's not the best, but it's not a lot that anyone can do about the sinking of Sydney, or the sinking of anywhere for that matter. But they're here for now. Jeez. Okay. That's a lot of vases. I don't know if they're meant to have that many. I do hope nobody's just dumping here. It's not nice. There does seem to be a lot of vases. So I'm just going to pop up the back here. Yeah, the Wright family. Yeah. Don't want to get too close to the fence. We don't want people to stop and think I'm doing something weird in a cemetery. But yeah, most of these ones seem to be newer. So I'll pop around. Try and do the other sides here. You can see that there's quite a few that are Russell, kind of oldish back here, so I might come back here again. I'll leave that side to Mitch to do. I'll sneak by him. Barclay or Birkbeck. Filming a couple of these ones here. Oh, look at that. That's cute. What have we got here? Little birdie. 1909 and 1927 Masons. We've got Fords. So there's quite a few families that are around here. And I'll let Mitch get those ones there. I don't think he's been in here. I'll just snap that one. Who have we got here? I can't see it. O'Brien. I'll get Mitch to do that one. His camera seems to be a lot better than mine. But yeah, you can see there's so many that get covered in palms and plants and things. This one's interesting. I'm not going to be able to get too close to it because we've got protruding greenery. That's amazing. It's like iron. Very interesting. I'll actually show you it better now. I just had this in my face. But yeah, that's quite interesting. I can't see a name on it, so it's either washed away or someone's just put that in at a later time. But that is quite interesting. I can't walk through there. I'll have to come up and around it. What have we got over here? Tombstoneless graves, unfortunately. Bingle, McFarlane. Some that are sliding off. We got here 1930 Leslie Halkett. Ellaby, Ward, Morris. And as I said, there's probably a whole heap of unmarked graves here. You can see there's just empty plots everywhere. And you would imagine that they would have filled those in, before they went further back, so there's every chance that they did. And the tombstones are gone. Okay, we'll pop down over this side and have a little look at who's here. It's very muddy. We've had some rain. It's quite muddy. What have we got here? Walker. It's kind of spilling in. I'll just pop down here. I don't know what they're doing down there. Oh, they may be readying it for more burials, because I believe that they're still burying in here at the moment. There's some more space down the back there. But it is quite interesting that there's all these gaps here. And we haven't found the Luther twins. I'm not really sure whereabouts they are. I mean, they could all, for all we know, have a grave that looks like this, where there's just nothing on it. I mean, it was 1886 that they were buried, so there's every chance that they're unmarked now. You wouldn't be able to find them. And being a general cemetery, you don't really know, well, they didn't say what denomination they were, so it's hard to kind of know which way to go. But this is the general St Mary's Cemetery, with all different, even though there are Catholics over there, there is there's Anglican here. The other cemetery is Anglican. But yeah. And Thomas Smith, or Thomas Richard Smith, decided that they should have a cemetery here. A lot of the people that lived in the area were against it, as mentioned, because they didn't want a cemetery near their house. It might have been something that was kind of feared at the time, having a cemetery near home. But it's the resting place of many in here. And I don't believe this one's going anywhere anytime soon. It's pretty solid here. There's some Smiths over there, but I don't believe that they're connected to the Smiths who organised this cemetery. St Mary's General Cemetery. All denominations. And we'll move on to the St Mary Magdalene Cemetery next.
Aussie made.